Hello, hello, hello. I'm Christy Abel, certified sexual health educator, here to shine a light on inclusive sex ed for across your lifespan. Today I'm here to share some info with you about gender identity and pronouns. So your gender identity is the gender that you experience yourself as. It's how you feel internally inside about your gender, whether that is traditionally female, male, both, or neither. Everybody's got one, okay? And it can shift and change across the lifespan. But there are an unlimited number of gender identities. So we'll start with the good old LGBTQ2S+. Now, this acronym looks different around the world. Okay, sometimes it's shortened to just LGBT, sometimes LGBTQ+, sometimes LGBT2QIA, right? Like so, but I'm going to use LGBT2QS+ because I'm from Canada and that's typically what we use and what I've seen in the literature. Okay, so let's break down that acronym a little bit. L is for lesbian, G is for gay, B is for bisexual, queer is for, T is for transgender, Q is for queer and questioning, which I'll explain in, the questioning part I explained in the sexual orientation video, which is soon to come. Stay tuned for a sexual orientation one, as well as gender expression. Those are my next two videos that'll be coming in the next 2 weeks. All right, so, but these, and then the 2S is for two-spirit, and I will be covering all of the gender identities today that are part of this acronym. But this is just a starting point for reference, right? We can't have an acronym that is the whole length of the alphabet. And since SOGI, sexual orientation and gender identity, is constantly shifting and evolving, the plus encapsulates other sexual orientations and gender identities such as pansexual, asexual, aromantic, gender fluid, non-binary, etc., and so on and so on. So let's start with some definitions. The first one is going to be sex assigned at birth. Okay, so when a baby is born, the medical professional that is between the birth mother's legs, or indeed doing the operation that brings the baby safely to this world, they look at the baby's anatomy, essentially look between their legs and declare it's a boy or it's a girl. And this is based solely on the biological parts that are between those legs. Now, in a rare circumstance, they might actually also declare intersex, which is another intersex is an umbrella term that refers to people who are born with bodies that are naturally different than what is traditionally expected to be male or female. Now, often people who are intersex, which is about 2% of the population, so that is over 140 million people, actually about the same as redheads in the world, right? They are often their assigned sex at birth is it's wrong, because they're due to lack of a penis and testicles, they are given the identity as female, which is actually incorrect. Okay, so that is intersex. Next, we have cisgender, okay, often shortened to cis. This is when your gender identity, like how you feel inside, is congruent with your assigned sex at birth. So, for example, I identify as a cis female, I have a vulva and vagina, and I feel inside like I am female according to society standards, which we'll talk more about gender expression and gender stereotypes in another video soon to come. All right, then we have non-binary. Someone who knows that they are non-binary feels like the word male or female, that neither of them fit, right? So they might feel like both, they might feel like neither. Okay, so non-binary. Binary means two, right? There's only two options, right? I saw this great poster the other day at the school that I work at, and it said non-binary is for number. Oh no, non-binary is for computers. That was good. I was like, yeah, that's right. It is not for people. And then we have gender fluid. A person who is gender fluid may identify as male on one day and female the next, both male and female, or neither. Gender fluidity can also be a way for people to explore gender before landing on a more stable gender expression and identity. But for other people, it can continue to be like that fluctuation can just be indefinitely be part of their life experience and gender. All right, now we have transgender. That's when a person's gender identity, how they feel, is different from what the doctor, midwife, or farmer, whoever sees the baby first and declares it's a boy or it's a girl, right? That's when it is different from their assigned sex at birth. Now, as far as we know, about 1% of the world's population is transgender. This is over 70 million people, but this number is actually likely much, much higher. And this is because in many places in the world, it is not safe for someone to come out as transgender, let alone be in the LGBTQ2S plus community. Like they're in some places in the world, they can be killed or go to jail. So it is not safe for them to come out. So this statistic is likely very skewed. All right. And then we have two-spirit. Okay. Two-spirit is an Indigenous person who identifies as having both a masculine and a feminine spirit. And it is used to describe, either it can be described to describe sexual orientation, gender identity, and or spiritual identity. All right, moving on to pronouns, okay? So pronouns, we all learned about, I used to be an English teacher, okay? I taught what pronouns are. Now pronouns they've changed, okay? They have changed and how we use them. I remember never ever thinking that I could use the word they as a singular, like, oh, blasphemy, right? But no, definitely no. And it can be, there are so many different types of pronouns. And so one of the most important things about pronouns is we can't assume what a person's pronouns are just by looking at their gender expression, okay? We cannot do that. This is why it's very important to ask. It's why it's important that we put it in our emails, on our, everywhere. We should be putting our pronouns everywhere just to make this like a standard practice so that all people can be treated equally. All right, so how can we do this? Okay, so first of all, when you introduce yourself, state what your pronouns are. So as a cisgender female, I identify with she, her, and hers, right? In the plural, I use they, them, and theirs, right? So introducing yourself using your pronouns. I'm going to do that on my next video so that I practice what I'm talking about. Okay, you want to ask, right? So ask what other people's pronouns are in addition to sharing yours. Okay, you want to use the ones that they've requested. Okay, so it can be very, very hurtful and shame-giving if you constantly misuse people's on purpose, like misuse their pronouns. It is not okay. If you are unsure, you can use their name, right? We've all got names, right? So you can always use somebody's name if you are unsure of their pronouns. Don't ignore them. Check in regularly. People's pronouns change over time, okay? This is a thing, okay? So they change over time, so we want to be checking in just to make sure. If you mess up, and you probably will, because I'm a sexual health educator who's super important with inclusivity, and I mess up sometimes. So when we do, we apologize and we continue to try to work better, okay? Apologies without any change in behavior are useless, so make sure you also change the behavior or at least take steps to take steps to change. All right. Now, if you found this info valuable, please like this video. If you liked it, like it. If you loved it, share it. If you want more of it, subscribe. All right. My mission is to provide free sex ed for all, and I need your help to do it. Now, you can find more videos like these alongside all the research that supports everything I say over on my YouTube channel. It is called Rethink Sex Ed, and I hope to see you over there. Bye.